Okay, so this is our DMR introduction. It's a lot of practice, and then you try it to make sure that you understand the concept. DMR does affect grades quite a bit, and we are trying to continue to build on distributive property. So think of factoring as the reverse of the distributive property. So example, we're going to look at these two numbers, and we're going to try to figure out what factors that they have that is the same. Now, obviously, I started out with one with kind of simple because the only factors are 2 times 1 and 2 times 1, okay? Eventually, you won't need to write those things out. So since they both have the same factor of 2, I'm going to factor out the 2 that they have in common and leave the factor that's left, 1x and 1. So we know not to leave it as 1x, so we would write it as 2x plus 1. So that was pretty self-explanatory, I tried to make it as self-explanatory as possible. We're going to try it again with the second one. And again, we want to try a common factor, so we're going to list as many factors until we can figure out if they have the same. So 1 times 3, 1 times 3. Well, they have a common factor of 3, so I'm going to pull the 3 out and leave the factor that is left. So as you can tell, that's where that came from. And that one is finished. So this one is a little bit more difficult. We have to, again, list factors. So we have 1 and 6. We have 2 and 3, and that's all we have. But 9 has 1 and 9, 3 and 3. So notice that they have the 3 in common. So I'm going to pull the 3 out, and I'm going to write the terms that are left. So 2x plus 3. Now, how do we prove this is right? Because if I apply the distributive property, I get 6x plus 9. So that's why this is right. This is your correct answer. All right, we're going to do the same thing. So I'm looking at trying to figure out the common factor of 12 and 6. So 1 and 12, 3 and 4, 2 and 6. 6 is 1 and 6. 2 and 3, but I heard 6. So they have a common factor of 6. So that means I'm going to pull out the 6, and I'm going to be left with 2 and 1. And that one is factored. Moving to the next problem, again, write our factors, 1 and 8, 2 and 4. That's it. 16 has 1 and 16, 4, 4, 2, and 8. Okay, so these two go together. So I pull out the 8, left with the 1 plus 2y. Okay, so if I look at 25 and 15, I'm immediately thinking those are both factors of 5. So let's see if that's the best one. So this is 5 times 5. This is 3 times 5. So they obviously have a common factor of 5 that I can pull out and write down what is left. So this 5 goes here. It does not have a y. And this term goes here. And so that one is solved. All right. If we were in class, I would be able to answer questions as we went along, but we do not have that option. So you guys are going to need to press pause and write these problems down, solve them, and then check your work by pushing play. So I'm going to give you a few seconds just to make sure. Push pause. Spend some time doing the work. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write the answers. Factor out of 8, that's 1x minus 1. That's correct. We can also write it 8x minus 1. This one, I see the factor of 7 and 1, 7 times 2. So the factor they have in common is 7. That leaves us with the 1. 1 minus 2y. Okay, factor these. 1 and 12. 1 and 24. 2 and 12. So the factors that we're going to use is 12. And then this is left with 1x plus 2. Or 12 times 1, or times x plus 2. Let's not use blue, let's use this. So these factors, I'm recognizing a common factor of 5, so I'm going to go with 5 times 2, 5 times 5. So I will pull out the 5, I will factor out the 5, and then I will be left with 2x plus 5. 11 is a prime number, so hopefully 22 is divisible by 11, and it is. So our common factor is 11. Pull that out, factor that out, and then what is left is the 1x and the 2, negative 2. So our final answer is 11 times x minus 2. This last one, push the wrong button. 1 and 8, 1 and 6, 2 and 4, 2 and 3. I know that I'm done there because there's not any more in between them. So I see they both have 2 here. So I'll bring out the 2. And then the factors that are left is 4 with the y and a 3 with the positive. So this final answer is right there. If you got it right, fabulous job, good work. If you did not get it right, keep rewatching this and continue to keep practicing and trying to follow along. Or shoot me an email. We can do a Google Meet specifically for you or the groups that need help with this.